Express, we'll start with the numbers. The last dozen women's Grand Slam tennis events have been won by 10 different players as Serena is denied yet again. His home comfort for Ferrari as Charles Leclerc gives the Italian team a first win at Monza in the last 9 years. We're into the last 8 at the FIBA World Cup as 7 teams strive for automatic Olympic Games qualification. UEFA Nations Cup finalists Portugal and Holland claim crucial wins after 6 goal thrillers in European qualifiers. Rafael Nadal defeats Daniil Medvedev in a 5-set epic to bring his US Open tally to 4. The Tigers are through to their 3rd straight Olympics on the back of 3 straight wins on the bounce at the FIBA World Cup. Australia retained the Ashes, taking a 2-1 lead over host England. And this is your number 1 sports show on radio. My name is Deji Omotoyinbo. Welcome to Sports Express, brought to you by MTN. We'd like to thank you for joining us for Monday's edition of Sports Express, brought to you by MTN. Well, the last dozen men's Grand Slam tennis events have been won by 3 different players, only 3. And one of them is, of course, Rafael Nadal. Here is Pedro Pita with the latest, starting from the US Open on International Newsreel.
Thank you, Deji. Spanish second seed Rafael Nadal won a 19th career major title following an enthralling 5-set victory over Daniil Medvedev of Russia in the final of the US Open in New York on Sunday. The 33-year-old saw a 2-set lead slip as Medvedev forced a decider, but Nadal showed class to win 7-5, 6-3, 5-7, 4-6, 6-4 against the 5th seed in a match that lasted 4 hours, 15 minutes, just 4 minutes short of the longest US Open final in history. The victory sees Nadal win a 4th title at Flushing Meadows, following his earlier successes in 2010, 2013 and 2017, and is 1 title short of equaling Roger Federer's all-time record of 20 major titles. And over to the ladies, Canadian 15th seed Bianca Andreescu on Saturday stunned 23-time major champion Serena Williams in the final of the US Open at Flushing Meadows to win a maiden Grand Slam title. The 19-year-old, who was appearing in the main draw of the US Open for the first time, displayed quality to defeat Williams 6-3, 7-5 to become the first Canadian ever to win a Grand Slam title. Andreescu's victory makes her the first teenager to win a slam at Flushing Meadows since Maria Sharapova last did so in 2006. And is also the first team to claim a maiden slam since Sharapova won her first at Wimbledon in 2004. To Formula 1, Ferrari driver Charles Leclerc made it back-to-back wins on the grid following his thrilling victory at the Italian Grand Prix at Monza on Sunday. The 21-year-old Frenchman, who qualified for the racing pole, managed to survive a Mercedes onslaught to win the incident-filled nail-biting Grand Prix in first place ahead of Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton, while teammate Sebastian Vettel finished a disappointing 13th. Leclerc's victory ensured that Ferrari won at Monza for the first time since 2010, while Hamilton's lead at the top has been cut to a 63-point margin. Lastly, to cricket, Australia put up a masterclass to defeat host England in the 4th test of the Ashes series with a 185-run victory at Old Trafford on Sunday. England began the day on 18 for 2, chasing 383, but Australia's attack was simply too much to withstand as bowler Pat Cummins ended with 4 for 43. The victory ensures Australia retain the Ashes and will leave the UK with the urn for the first time since 2001, while England must now win the final test, which begins on Thursday if they are to avoid suffering their first home series defeat against any side since 2014.
Thank you very much, Pedro Pita. That was International Newsroom. And the Tigers are on their way to Tokyo. Back with that and more on the Nigerian sports scene after the break. Listen up. Welcome back to Sports Express, brought to you by MTN. It's the Nigerian sports scene. Bode Oguntu is here. Well, we hoped, we prayed, we fasted, and finally, the Tigers made it. After a false start. Well, true, I didn't fast. After a false start at the World Cup, we were unhappy. Fine margins, little errors, they didn't qualify for the second round. But the next best thing was to get to the Olympics without having to go through qualifiers. And that's exactly what they managed. And it does also show that even the games they lost mattered. Because they lost those games by decent margins. Yeah. And then they won that game against Korea by a massive margin. And then the other 2 victories means that we're qualified. But in football, they got the goals difference. Yeah, it's points difference. We had a plus 54 points difference. The Tunisians have -9 because Tunisia also had a 3-2 record. Somebody tell us about this.
Hold on, to underline what you just said. The challenge will be kicking themselves.
Yes.
They won a game in the first round. And then they lost they won another one in the second round. And then the Iranians lost all their games in the first round. But they won the 2 games in the second round. And they are qualifying as the best in Asia by points difference. Now, remember that China played against Korea, I think,
Yeah.
and which they scored more points.
More points,
That's
yeah.
why they are not going because of the points differential.
That underlines the game against Nigeria on
against
Sunday.
against Korea.
No, Nigeria, China now.
Oh, Nigeria, China, yeah.
Because it means that it was a winner takes all. Nigerian
Yes,
wins,
it
we
was.
were likely to go through to the Olympics for Africa. They won, they needed to win that to go through to the
Yeah,
Olympics.
look, what I'm even saying is that if the Chinese are beating the Koreans by at least 25 points,
Okay,
they
yeah.
have qualified.
They will have qualified.
No matter what happened in the game against Nigeria. Because I mean, they were 5-2, they are 2-5.
Okay.
The Nigerians were 2-3. Nigerians were 2-3, but because they had better points differentials. But anyway, that's all.
So the Tigers finished 17th. They were best of the rest.
They are best of the rest.
As we speak. All right, so but tell us, I have a theory. I think the recent successes we're having in basketball, both male and female. Remember, the female team got to the quarterfinals and
Yeah,
World Cup
the
as
World
well.
Cup, yes.
And the male team won 3 games and going to the Olympics. I think some of the foundational basketball programs that we've had in this country over the last decade or so, I think it's beginning to bear fruit.
I think so too.
You know, that's my theory. I don't know, you will know better.
But I think this will show more for the women than the men.
Okay.
Because as successful as the women team have been, we still have some massive talents who are in college, who are not even in the national team yet. And they came from all these programs that they have been having in the past years. For the men, it's not that major yet because most of the guys are still foreign born. But the ones that we have developed from those events that you mentioned, those ones are still coming through. So yes, you are correct. In the next few years, we're going to be reaping a whole lot for basketball from all these programs that keep happening. You know, there are about 10, 12 programs from players, from associations, from coaches, and from GMs like Masai.
Yeah.
Come here and do programs, and you find these guys and they go to college.
You'll be surprised at the number of Nigerian kids in colleges in America on basketball scholarships.
There's so many of them.
There's so many.
And more are still living. And what you're saying is that, see, I don't think that Africa is ready for what the Tigers are bringing and the Tigers are bringing in the next 10 years. Because when these guys start coming out of the woodwork, now they are doing great things in Ghana, but because we're not reporting them. I was saying about we have about
you mentioned Charles Bassey.
Charles Bassey.
I remember, but we reported about him a few years ago.
Yeah, he also was one of the products of the big bank.
Akofa.
Akofa leader of the big bank. So for me, like you said, we've got to get back to these basics and start training these young ones up.
All right, now I want to talk to the NBBF. I think the NBBF, I don't know whether I think they have a fantastic product of their hands, both male and female.
And
it's okay.
They've got a lot of work to do too.
It's okay to wait for government and all that. I think they need to put that value in front of corporate Nigeria and say, this is the value basketball can add to you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure by the time you do
lock it down.
10 massive presentations to 10 corporations, 3, 4, 2, 1, they will sign up. Because I think basketball is a good product for Nigeria right now.
What I see is, if you get on board now, because I can guarantee that in the next 10 years, we are going to be the best in Africa. The African Championships are probably corner it like the Angolans have done before. The Olympics, the World Cup, they appear in there. And if your brand is on the shelf, because like let me repeat here again, Nigeria is the only country at that World Championship that had no branding on our shirts. None. Imagine if a brand had put their name on the chest of these players, the ROI they'll be getting.
You mentioned one country now, Angola. There was a time I thought we would never be able to beat these guys.
Once you see Angola in front of us, just give up.
Thank God for that. Thank God for the
in case you missed it,
yeah.
The Tigers have the best average in steals and blocks at this tournament so far.
Wow.
Of all the teams, their 11 steals per game is the highest, and 6.5 blocks per game is the most by any team so far.
Those statistics underline the fact that this team could actually have gone deeper into the tournament.
Exactly.
But hey,
because
let's take
game.
Yeah, but let's take it.
We'll take it.
We're going to the Olympics.
We are happy
without having to go through that dangerous qualifying series. Thank you very much, buddy, for that. The Tigers, congratulations. We hope to see you at the Olympics doing great things. After the break, the World Soccer Report. Welcome back. It's the World Soccer Report on Sports Express, brought to you by MTN. We thank you for all the nice reviews and nice comments we're getting on all our social media platforms. You can watch this show on those platforms later in the day. On Twitter is at SportVisionNG, Facebook SportVision Nigeria, and our YouTube channel is SportVision NG. We'd like you to go there and subscribe to that YouTube channel because a lot of additional top quality content will be coming your way in the next few weeks from our stable. Many thanks for staying with us. Yemi Adesanya is here, the World Soccer Report, all about the Euro qualifiers. England cruising, falling over Bulgaria. They've scored 14 points in 3 games. They've not conceded any goal. They are as good as going through to that European Nations Cup next year. 2 games we'd like to talk about, Yemi, involving 2 finalists from the UEFA Nations League who were struggling, but they got their qualification series back on track. First, the game of the weekend. Germany 2, Netherlands 4, and what a performance by the Orange Men.
Well, I said last week that I felt Holland was going to get at least something
From that game, yeah.
Why? Because I felt defensively, Germany are not where they're supposed to be. The defensive pair of Nicolas Schüller and Jonathan Tah, probably not the quickest, probably not the most steady defensive partnership against the central defense. So I felt that the Dutch, with their pace, were going to disturb them, and that happened. And you also have to love the kind of running that Wijnaldum does in this team from midfield. Getting into the box at very crucial times. I would like to go and look at what his numbers are like in terms of goals scored over the last few months as a midfielder. That for me is an added bonus for Holland. De Jong also scored, telling you that they have goals almost spread across that team. So the Dutch really looked electric. And then they're back on track. 6 points from 3 games.
From 3 games.
Puts them back in the equation.
And Germany have played 4 games. Northern Ireland have played 4 games. Interestingly, Northern Ireland lead this league. This league's group by 3 points. They play Germany tonight. So that's a crucial game from that group. Before we leave this, what's your take on Joachim Löw? Is he overstaying as Germany national team manager?
I agree. I think he should have left after the World Cup in 2014. And even though, after winning the World Cup, and they got to 2018, and then they had that poor World Cup, he should have gone. At the time he won the World Cup at 2014,
Doesn't
he had the likes of...
Doesn't run the risk of tarnishing his own reputation?
Yes, potentially.
His own legacy?
He was linked to Real Madrid after winning the World Cup, linked to some of the bigger teams in Europe, and I felt that was an opportunity that when you've won the World Cup, you hit the peak.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the other game involving the UEFA Nations champions now. Portugal, Serbia 2, Portugal 4. They needed to win. They pulled it out of the hat.
After back-to-back draws
at home,
they needed to get the result away from home. And then you have to look at this Portuguese side, double European champions, the pace that this team has going forward. With Ronaldo, with Felix, Bernardo Silva's industry, and of course his artistry, they were too much for Serbia. Serbia too were a little bit stubborn because they were at home, but the overall quality of Portugal stood them out.
All right, and of course, apart from England, other teams that are perfect: Spain falling over Faroe Islands, Italy a hard 4-2 win at Finland. Temu Pukki scored again from the penalty spot on the finish. It wasn't enough. So Spain and Italy 6 of 6. Belgium 4-0 winners at San Marino 5 of 5.
The interesting group you need to look at is a group that has France, France, Turkey, Iceland, all on 12 points.
12 points. Interesting stuff. Thank you very much, Yemi. For our moment of the weekend, we go to the FIBA World Cup as the Tigers sealed an Olympic ticket with victory over host China. The game was a slugfest of monster dunks as both teams swapped some massive throwdowns. Let's leave you with 2 from the Chief, Al-Farouk Aminu, and brilliant youngster Chimezie Metu. Congrats the Tigers. All the best in Tokyo. My name is Deji Omotoimu. Good morning.